with the landlord of the Fox at Shipley, 2 for 1, hurrah, hurrah, at Pattingham Working Men's Club. We are socially distancing. We are 2 carlings apart. I've just got to say, for any of those people who were moaning last week about Nuno and Jota and Dendoncker, you need to put your tampon back in. I don't know if they can censor these videos. Anyway, talking Wolves, I've got to say, Neil, what was it like today? I mean, Nuno changed the team. He went brave.
Great performance from Podence. Fair play to Nuno for swapping it about. As Jason said, those doubters of Nuno last week give your head a wobble.
Seriously,
you know, we've got to be honest. We've got to be honest here. We've got one of the best managers in the Premier League. Great performance by all the lads. Great goal by Jota. Got his confidence back, I think. Like I said, great performance from Podence.
Oh.
Unfortunate for Neto. It looks like that injury's popped up again, and hopefully he won't be out too long. But no, great performance by the lads.
I mean, so Nuno changed the team today, and obviously Donk looked good, and Podence or whatever, however you pronounce it, looked like we've unearthed a new gem. And then you've got the bench, you've got Moutinho, Traore, Jota, and there was people even writing off Jota last week. And we all know he takes a couple of games to get going, but he's come in, and look at that for a finish. You can't write these people off. So do yourselves a favour, guys. If you're on Twitter and your finger's twitching, do you know what? Save it, because it's going to come good.
Get behind the lads, be positive.
Exactly. This is the best football we've seen for a long time, and I'm not saying, oh, we was playing Crawley 5 years ago. Just look at what we've seen today. Incredible.
Bring on the next game.
Thank you. Talking Wolves. Over and out. News at 10. Good night. Mwah!
Much better from Wolves. We said we needed a reaction after the game against Arsenal and Sheffield United, and we seem to have got it. Nuno changing it up from the start as well. Massive call, giving Podence his first start out from the cold. And I tell you what, he didn't disappoint. He was magic. He was absolutely brilliant. He was direct. Even some of the through balls he was playing for Neto. He caused Everton so many problems, especially in the first half, and was a real thorn in the side. And that lovely bit of skill there to draw the penalty too, which was a definite penalty, was superb. He can hold his head up high. He's made us Wolves fans proud, and he should be proud of himself, because that was a brilliant performance by Daniel Podence. Makes you question why he hasn't started before, but it's one of those. I don't think he could adjust to the system, but today, he'd been playing there for years, so he was absolutely outstanding. And him in a duly dispatched the penalty, as we've seen him do so many times. But Everton were there for the taking. It should have been 6 or 7. It was a much better performance than the past 2 games. But you've got to kind of remember how bad Everton are. They're comfortably the worst side I've seen us play since in the Premier League. They're absolutely dreadful, and we had so many other chances too. That's what's so frustrating, but you can't really complain with a 3-0. I thought we absolutely played them off the park. Neves again, just running out of superlatives for those kind of passes that he does play. He controlled that midfield on his own today, albeit against 2 donkeys, but again, fantastic from Neves. The only real criticism was maybe Doc at right back. Maybe that's where a position that Nuno looks to strengthen come the summer, with rumours of Jesus Corona coming in from Porto. I think that'd be a great addition. But yeah, he was a bit slow down the right hand side, laboured, rubbish on the ball. So again, that's the only criticism. But those chances too, could have been 6 or 7. But fair play to Nuno. We said he needed to change it with the personnel. He did, and it worked. And we move on now to try and finish the season in the best possible shape that we can. But yeah, really happy with that. Much more improved, and he's small and he's magic, and he's no Daniel Podence.
Wolves 3, Everton 0. Great result, much more like a performance and scoreline. Back on track. Changes came that everyone was asking for. Podence particularly, spent all the money on him, got him in the team from the start. Looked brighter than he has done in his other performances. Particularly the vision was key. A couple of nice diagonal balls, passes. Unlucky not to get a goal on first view, and I was sure that had crossed the line fully when Pickford just managed to claw it back. But he Obviously, he won the penalty that Jimenez ended up slotting away. Potentially soft, but once the ref gave it, it was one of those that was never going to be overturned. Much better first half. We actually won a first half for a change, which was brilliant as well. Well back in the hunt, particularly for putting a strong hold on the Europa League at the very least. We'll wait till Monday to see if 5th is potentially an option. I still think that is likely to be out of reach. But it's a big day for games, so we'll know more by the end of the day where we stand. But couldn't be more delighted for Nuno and for the boys. Done what they always do after a couple of results, and the fans start getting on their back and emphatically kind of answer that. Yes, with some of the changes that people were calling for, but when we get it right, I think we've got very good talent in the squad. Nuno knows what he's doing ultimately. And yeah, it's good times again.
Whenever I say a player performs badly, they just score. What player do I need to have a go at next? And then they'll just put the ball in the back of the net. That's all that seems to be happening just at this moment in time. I felt as though first half, first 20 minutes, we looked very, very good. They kind of just got into the game a little bit from there, but ultimately we just nullified their threats. Second half, we just looked even better. I mean, once you get a goal straight from the kickoff, that kind of just nullifies any sort of threat Everton have from there. Perfect time to get a goal just before half-time, and another perfect time to get a goal just as the second half started as well. Nuno made some bold changes and he got it spot on today. We played a lot better as well, played a lot quicker. The tempo was there. We looked much, much better on the counter-attack as well. Like, even when the game was at 3-0, we still easily could have beat them by 5 or 6. It really could have been a landslide, but you got to say that all goes down to Nuno there. You've got to give him praise for that. He got it wrong for the last 2 games. He's got it spot on today, and that's why we're very, very lucky to have him in charge. Just other factors as well you could say on there as well. Neto's injury, that didn't look promising. Potentially could be out for the season, but we ultimately just got to wait and see. And yeah, there wasn't really a bad performance out there. Everyone done their part. Everyone played very, very well, especially Daniel Podence. I can't think of many full debuts that have looked as good as that. But yeah, in 6th place now, if you would have said to me at the start of the season, would we have taken that position? I definitely would have said yes to you. And even if we don't get Champions League football still, Europa League will still be an absolutely superb season for us. Thank you very much, Talking Wolves. Keep up the good work. Dave Azzopardi, you're a bit of a legend.
Wow, that was much better, wasn't it? What a win. Really impressive performance from Wolves. 3-0 against Everton. Coming into the game, I thought this would be quite a tricky one, if I'm being honest. With the previous performances that we'd had, obviously, we were looking at this game thinking it's gonna be tough to get something out of it. But I think from start to finish, it was much improved. Going with Podence and Neto, I think was a good decision from Nuno. I think that the team really needed to shake up. Moutinho dropped to the bench, which I think was again a good decision. Moutinho was just looking tired the past few games. I think he's been overplayed to a point this year. But yes, first off was superb, really. I think we knocked the ball around a lot quicker. That's what I realised, that the pace that we were playing at was a lot quicker than the Sheffield United and Arsenal games. And we looked a lot more dangerous going forward. Podence, inspired change. I mean, we've been calling out for him to play. And in the games that he's played, he's been all right. Obviously, he got 2 assists in his full debut against Espanyol. And then today, again, he was our best player. Easily our best player. Was driving us forward each time. Some lovely flicks, lovely bit of skill. Of course, it was him that won the penalty for us. Converted by Raul, as he always does. I don't think he's missed a penalty for Wolves yet, fingers crossed as well. So, and then second half, more of the same. Started off superbly. I think the real killer blow was that second goal. Brilliant cross from Neto, who was really good again today. What a player he's going to be. Fantastic cross. And a really good header from Dendoncker. I think it was Branthwaite, was it, who the substitute who gave away the free kick and then lost Dendoncker for the goal. So not the best introduction for him. But after that, we controlled the game, and then Diogo Jota obviously had to come on for Neto. Missed a one-on-one again, and we were all thinking, well, this is Jota's lost it. What's going on? And he has been subject to a bit of a lack of confidence recently, and I think he still should have scored that chance. And it's showing that his inconsistency in terms of his finishing is definitely there. But superb finish for the third goal. Pickford questionable as he was all day. I mean, we could have got a 4th goal with Podence hitting it straight at him and he spilled it. but just managed to palm it off the line. And then, of course, Adama missing an open goal, which was quite funny. Obviously, if it was 0-0, we would have all been having our heads in our hands, but he scored much more difficult chances than that. So I was quite surprised to see him hit the bar from that close in, and considering there was no one on him either, he could have taken a touch and passed it in. But superb performance, really good result, really happy, back to winning ways, and hopefully now we can sort of close out and get a bit of positive momentum into the end of the season. So much better. Hopefully the team can keep this going.
That's more like it. Back on track, 4 wins from 6. Nuno got his selections bang on today. Like to think he perhaps followed our advice, but I don't think so. Podence, absolutely sensational from the start. Dendoncker was superb, but for me, man of the match, definitely Ruben Neves, who was revelling in the fact that perhaps he was in charge of the midfield, with Moutinho taking a much needed break. I got the selection right as well. I wore this shirt that I bought in lockdown for the first 3 games, failed to wear it in the next 2. Today I put it back on, and I can tell you I'm not taking it off now for any of the remaining games. Let's see if it does the trick. The confidence is back. Jota's firing again. Great stuff. Would we take 6 now?